Hey Gemini, it's Patsy. I'm here to do your love bite. Now, it's going to be a little different format this week. I know y'all sick of me with changing up the formats, but I just want to see how many ways we can do this to get some decent messages and keep it a little more interesting. All right, so what I did is we're using new cards this week. The Goddess and Sirens and the Gods and Titan decks, and they are by Stacy DeMarco and Jimmy Manton. So, and we're also going to be using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck, and that's by Colette Baron Reed. So, what I decided to do is I got two cards, one each from the gods and the goddesses. And then I got two more cards from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm. So I got one card for the male energy, um, one card for the female energy, two cards for the male energy, two for the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and two for the female energy. And then I got the Romance Angel Oracle cards, and I got three for the male energy and two for the female energy. So let's start with the Romance Angel Oracle deck. All right, now these first five cards are for all of us, right? All of us, all Geminis that are watching, because it kind of makes sense. First card that came here, reconciliation, and this was on the male side. I'll say that someone from your past is returning to your life. Next card, let your friends help you. Ask for help and accept the support of others. Next card, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So to just look at these three cards that came initially for the male energies, it sounds like someone's coming back towards you. Person may be someone that, of course, is reconciliation, so someone that you've known for a while. I don't know if this is a marriage or a relationship, but it's saying to let your friends help you. And this could be, of course, your ancestors, your angels, your spirit guides. But it also could be people that you work with, members of your family, your social circle, your friends. Perhaps they know you're the person who you are going to reconcile with, and maybe they're going to help put you all back together again, or maybe they're going to, you know, give you some advice or facilitate a way for the two of you to reconnect. Or maybe they're just going to have good advice for you or the intended party. The next card worth waiting for? Well, this is worth waiting for. Something that you've been waiting for a while, and it's been eluding you, I would think, Gemini. So, sounds like this month between now and mid-May, or sometime thereafter, shortly, you should be reconciling with that person, and it's been worth the wait. Female energy, another good news. Just trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. And the next card that came for you was very soon. Decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So, if you have been waiting for a break in the case, if you've been waiting to meet that special someone, then what the angels are telling you is that have faith. It's going to happen very soon. Sit down and decide what you want. Write it down if you have to. But you can manifest those things that you have been waiting for in terms of a relationship. And these five cards all together are saying the same thing. There's someone from your past, and this is for either energy. If it's someone from your past that you're waiting to reconcile with, Cards are saying to let your friends help you. Have faith. This is going to happen very soon. So I would imagine within the time period of this reading. And it's going to be worth it. So those are your Romance Angel Oracle cards. So now, the male energy that we're working with today is Ganesha. Ganesha talks about obstacles. Let's see if we can get a close up so you can see what it really looks like. Ganesha, obstacle. Now, Ganesha, okay, so you have that, it's like an elephant, and all right, got a wand. He's got four arms. Okay. He's got gold. He has I guess that's a golden axe, A-X-E, maybe. So perhaps the person that you're interested in, Gemini, is a fire sign or an air sign. Obstacles. All right, so let's see what this fire sign, maybe. All right. It looks like he has on like a pilot's helmet. I mean, that's crazy, right? But doesn't that kind of look like that pilot's visor at the top? So maybe he talks about travel. Ganesh, Ganesha. Obstacles are removed or placed for a good reason. Invite in a drama-free life. The god Ganesh is one of the most loved of all Hindu gods. Everywhere you turn in modern India, you see a joyful elephant-headed deity balancing on one leg, often riding a mouse, pushing away your worries and negativity. The god Parvati shaped Ganesha from the earth. When her husband Shiva returned and saw a young man with her, he attacked Ganesh in anger, severing his head. Parvati then revealed who Ganesha was, and Shiva sent his soldiers away and instructed them to return with the head of any sleeping being who was facing north. They found an elephant and attached its head to the body of Ganesh, restoring his life. Shiva declared that from then on, Ganesha would always be loved by the community. People invoke his name as a blessing prior to the beginning of a major undertaking, like moving, trying out for something, and starting new projects of all kinds. Ganesh is an active god, although many immediately think of him as laid back, as he is often pictured seated and with a sweet on his round belly. In the old stories, he was a brave warrior, fighting demons or dancing wildly, pushing away any obstacles. He carries an axe, which he swings to destroy pride, inertia, and vanity. Ganesha is often seen with Lakshmi, a goddess of prosperity, and they are often worshipped side by side, particularly by people jobs who want the double blessing of a successful business without too many obstacles. A statue or picture of Ganesha in your car assists in avoiding accidents in traffic, and he grants peace to a household should his form be placed at the front door or even the door to your room. Ganesha is also the patron of writers, having penned the Sanskrit, Indian epic, the Mahabharata, with nearly 2 million words total, and is the perfect deity to call upon to break the obstacles of writer's block. Could you turn on that light for me? Any problems writing papers, working out problems? Okay, that might be too much. Just turn it towards the wall so the bounce off. Oh yeah, that's good. No, sorry. Turn back on. All right, turn it towards the wall. That's good. Thank you. Any problems writing papers, working out problems, or finding a job? Ganesh should be able to help you. Ganesh not only takes away any obstacles, but he places them too. Remember that sometimes obstacles are in our way in order for us to change direction and steer toward the path that is best for us. Sometimes, too, we make our own dramas and our own obstacles. Procrastination is just one such way that we create our own pressures and stop our own achievements. We can also focus too much on perceived blocks we think are there, such as a lack of inspiration or not understanding something, and we let these perceived problems stop us instead of diving in and getting the work done. Symbols for Ganesh are a conch shell, a lasso, an axe, elephant with 4 arms, a single broken tusk, an upturned trunk, or a mouse. There are many wonderful invocations to Ganesha to choose from, both ancient and modern. You may like to enact the following. It is particularly powerful in Ganesha's traditional phase of the moon, which is the 4th day of the waxing moon, although any phase of a waxing moon is energetically excellent. This little ritual is one to bless your space and help make it a place where you feel free to create wonderful, peaceful energy. You need a statue or a picture of Ganesh or an elephant, some sandalwood incense, some bright flower petals, and some candy in a bowl. Place Ganesh at the doorway of your home or your room. Light the incense and allow it to drift over the statue or the picture. And you say, Great Lord Ganesh, I ask for you to bless my name, to bless my home. Sorry. I ask for you to bless my home. I ask you to sweep your almighty energy through it and clear anything away that stands against peace, prosperity, and love. Illuminate my path and mind with your axe, the A-X-E. What is wrong with us? Why can't we say those 2 words? I don't know. Dance away what is a hindrance. Grant me and all who enter happiness and ease. I bow before you. And then there's a chant that I don't think I'm going to try to mess up. Om Gam Ga Pati Ma. I have no idea. I'll spell it. A-U-M is the first word. G-A-M. Next word, G-A. And the next word, capital N, P-A-T-A-Y-E. And the next word, N-A-M-H. And it means, Ganesh, give me peace and knowledge. Okay, so you say that 3 times. Ganesh, give me peace and knowledge. Ganesh, give me peace and knowledge. Ganesh, give me peace and knowledge. Then you throw the petals in joy and leave Ganesh at your door with some candy as an offering. Now, that translation was in tiny letters underneath the entire paragraph, so I'm not like crazy. They should have put that in parentheses next to it. Anyway, we thank you. That, Ganesh, removing obstacles, clearing your path, and understanding that obstacles may be lessons or protections. That's similar to Alegba in the Yoruba tradition, who they accuse of being a prankster and a trickster because he'll open paths for you, but at the same time, something will come up. They use that as a criticism of Alegba or a warning against Alegba. But actually, it's the same idea. Some things that we think are roadblocks may be protections or lessons or obstacles, but actually they're opportunities. All right, so that was the energy for the male that we're working with today, Ganesh. So I guess it's telling you to not be not to be disheartened when you come across any any blockages, any obstacles to finding your way back to your partner, one that you're trying to reconcile with, or for those of you who are not in that situation and just who haven't found the right one yet, it's saying to take these obstacles and learn from them, or take them as an opportunity to grow, to gain skills, a lesson, and to not be afraid of an obstacle. To look at it and decide if it's really an obstacle. And is it an obstacle that you can conquer if you just push a little harder? Does it mean that you need to go get an education, or you need to take some classes, some new training so that you can get a job? Does it mean that you need to put in some more hours at work so you can afford to buy an engagement ring? Is there someone in your way? Is someone blocking you? Are you being blocked? Is there somebody else, another Jew, checking into your person? Well, certainly not to go after them with an axe, but definitely, what can you do? What can you do to make yourself more attractive to bring the person? I guess you think you don't have to do nothing because the card just told you that they were coming, so, right? You just wait because you're just wonderful like that. This is all energy, darling. And it's energy acts or reacts based on our actions, so you might want to put in some work too. You might want to put in some work yourself, just to ensure, just in case. Okay, so for our female energy, our goddess, we got Andromache. Andromache. I guess this may be talking about some. Okay, so the word is strength. This person could be a Sagittarius because I'm looking at a bow and an arrow. But there's a lot of that in these cards, it seems. Arrows could be air signs. Fire sign, air sign. Maybe an earth. Okay, all signs. This is strength. Let's see what this is talking about. androgynous. Okay. Andromache was a ferocious queen of the all-female warrior tribe of the Amazons. Her name means fighter of men, and she was said to have fought Heracles himself. There is much conjecture about whether or not Amazons actually existed or are they only part of Greek and African mythology. There's no conjecture. They existed. They were part of the Dahomey tribes, the Dahomey people in Benin, Togo. Amazons were the women, the warriors. That's fact. Understandably, the idea of a wildly beautiful yet bloodthirsty tribe of women could be seen as quite a fanciful notion for any patriarchal society. However, there seems to be too much archaeological evidence to discount their existence. Exactly. The Amazons were said to have been born on the backs of horses and rode as soon as they were able. No men lived within their tribe, except perhaps as slaves, and the women trained in many forms of hand-to-hand combat. Their most unique was the labrys, a double-headed axe which they wore over the back and easily accessed while on horses. These women were extremely strong and matched any man in horsemanship and weapon skills. The Amazons were ferocious fighters, and it was considered an act of great courage and warrior craft to kill one, according to ancient Athenian resources. Athenian sources. Modern historians think that Andromache was the queen Hippolyte, whose girdle Heracles had to obtain as part of his 12 labors. The story of Andromache and Heracles had a sad ending for the Amazon. Heracles defeated her after a brutal battle. His magical lion skin that made him invincible didn't help any. This seems to be the pattern for many of the great Amazonian battles against the Greeks, perhaps echoing the Greeks' idea that feminine power, while strong, should be subjugated and defeated. The Amazons have been a symbol of women's power for millennia and became popular again as feminism grew. In most parts of ancient Greece, where women were considered inferior to men in almost every way, the Amazons were figures to fear and in some ways of wonder. While it is more acceptable today for women to be physically strong, many women still doubt their physical prowess. The idea that one has to be smaller, weaker, and quieter to be desired by men still remains. The idea that a woman should have a man to take care of her is one that calls for women to rely upon their partners in ways they don't need to, when equality would be far healthier for both partners. Exactly. It is important that we fully embrace our feminine power and not rely on others for our strength. Healthy fierceness is a positive trait in situations that require it. And Andromache and her sisters show us that setting boundaries is necessary for our success. Shadow side, and their need to be as strong as possible, both physically and mentally. The Amazons became ferocious killers and allowed their hatred of men to become so all-encompassing that they left male children to die. To embrace our strength as women, we do not need to hate our opposite. We need to rise above this way of thinking. Women have our own unique power and do not need to imbalance themselves by always seeking the masculine way of doing things. While Amazons strap their breasts so that they could fire arrows more accurately, today we do not need to deny our biology in order to find our targets. Her symbols are Labris, a short chiton, which is a pleated dress decorated with a sphinx, white sirens, 4 felines, and horse skins. The invocation here. When you need physical strength in any situation, you might wish to call upon the energy of the Amazons. Before you begin, gather some horsehair or a picture of a horse, a red candle, a scrap of leather, and an ordinary butter knife from the kitchen. Even a plastic one will do. If you need to call energy up quickly, imagine a double-edged axe of Andromache and say, I call the energy of the Amazon nation. I call the queen Andromache for help. Imagine swinging the axe with ease and joyfully exclaim, Aye! Aye! You're supposed to do it louder than that. If you have time for a ritual, I invite you to invoke Andromache in the following way. Ensure that you are outside when casting. See? You be outside. Light the candle and say, I call upon the Amazon nation. I call upon great Queen Andromache, leader of the Amazons. You who lead all women who are strong and swift, I ask you to ride by my side, to fight at my side. Holding the knife, say, may I use all my talent, all my weapons for this honorable purpose. And then say what it is that you need help with. Now you take the horsehair or the picture and wrap it in the leather and say, I offer this to you, Andromache, knowing that you have already come to my aid. Show me what needs to be done next in action. Bury the offering on the ground. And as you do this, be aware of any ideas or messages of action that come to you. Blow out the candle with thanks and a joyful I, whatever the scream is. It's A-I-E-E-E-E exclamation point. You work it out. Okay, so this is about strength. This is about owning your strength, not being afraid to show your strength, but at the same time, not turning your strength into any type of diminishment of the male energy. You can be a strong woman and still be a strong mother and a good wife, good sister, good aunt, good grandmother. It doesn't take away from you being strong. Standing up for yourself, standing up for your family, speaking your mind. But there's ways to do it with love. Now, sometimes you may have to physically fight. Hopefully not. But if you take care of yourself and you take care of your body, and you're blessed with good health, if you have to, you can. But it's more important to use your other gifts. Reason, intelligence. My friend and I was speaking a few weeks ago about the difference between if women were running the world and men would run the world. Men running the world, which they have been in so far. You see how far that's gone and gotten us. That when men feel their feminine energy, when they feel that, they fight against it. Their masculine fights against the feminine inside of them. And that's why they go to wars. And that's why they, you know, fight and want to, get out their anger in aggressive ways. When women embrace their masculine side, it brings them their emotions down so that they can be reasonable. They can act with logic and thinking. So actually, the feminine energy is probably a better leader when it comes to foreign affairs and affairs of government because they're thinking logically and with the empathy that women tend to bring to a discussion because of the maternal nature of most women, not all. And we were talking about it, so you know what, really, it might be that might well we'll see because it seems that that's what's going to be happening real soon. Um, and that's the way to show your strength by participating in your community, by being uh, out there, getting people to vote if you're living in the United States and all over the world, wherever they are having problems like that, making sure you register people to vote, making sure that you make your children feel safe about speaking up if someone is abusing them. I was just watching the congressional hearings about the athletes and what was going on with the Olympic Committee, and it's just horrific that these young people would tell these adults who they trusted, and nothing was done. They were absolutely ignored, and this went on for such a long time. And how many girls were um, abused by just one person? Who knows how many others have been abused by other people? Some of those girls didn't even realize they were being abused until later on in life when they grew up, because it had been happening since they had been so small. You know? So establishing safe places for children to come and express themselves, or anyone to come and be able to tell their story if there's anything going on where they feel that they've been mistreated uncomfortably, uh, molested or something inappropriate. That's part of your strength as a woman. Um, Standing up for yourself in the workplace and not undermining other women in the workplace. It's one thing to be strong and well, you're go get it, going to get ahead. But are you doing it at the expense of other people? Not saying that there isn't competition, of course, but it's one thing to be competitive, and it's another thing to go out of your way to undermine another woman that you may see as some kind of a threat in the future. So let's say you're a supervisor and you come in contact with someone who you can see that this person has talent, and this person, you know, they're probably going to be able to, go up the ladder. And because that it was so hard for you to get where you are, and you fought for it. Now you're going to try to knock away any competition that's coming behind you. It makes sense. But what's spiritual about that? How is that in your highest good? You never know that person. Yes, they may come after you and they may excel, but then later on, maybe if you are not ridiculous or acting extra, maybe they'll promote you later to join. Get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And that doesn't only work in relationships with your husbands. It works in your business relationships too. Somebody needed to hear that. So, those are our two energies, Ganesha and Andramachi. So, got two cards from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Two for Ganesh were the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, Selflessness, Humility, and Conscious Action. And the Word Lord, Communication and Praise. but also dishonesty. This is talking about, this is the number 2. So this is talking about making decisions to work with others, to become less selfish, to be humble, to be prayerful and encouraging, to not be afraid. Yes, I have a magnifying glass, whatever. That's a hawk over there. Maybe it's a red. To not be fearful, to not be fearful, to know that the sun will rise again, keep a cheerful disposition, to bring peace to situations. See what this means. The high Lord of gratitude and service, to be thankful for your blessings. The high Lord of gratitude and service has arrived to help you find your true purpose today. Feeling gratitude for each moment you experience and loving what it is that and what has been. Loving what is and what has been. This will remind you that every breath you take holds a deep and profound awareness. Through small actions and selfless services to another, you're automatically placed upon your highest path, whether you're immediately aware of it or not. The presence of this ally lets us know that you're on the correct path to fulfilling your desires. You've also noticed that your actions of service and attitude of gratitude will yield riches beyond your wildest dreams, as long as these riches aren't the goal that you have in mind. Giving service with no thought of return is what's required of you today. This would also be a good time to write a list, reminding yourself of all the things in your life and in the world around you that you have to be grateful for. If your question refers to a relationship, let gratitude be your guide. Be thankful for all you learned from this person. Truly, there are no friends and no enemies, just teachers along life's journey. Be grateful for laughter and even for the tears. The attitude of gratitude is a magnet for true love in all forms. Very nice. So perhaps that's a way to attract that reconciliation to you a little quicker by being grateful for that person, for being grateful for the person or the things that you were involved with before or during the time that you and this partner were away from each other, if this is reconciliation, as the cards had indicated earlier. And just to be grateful for everything that's good in your life and for the things that are lessons that you have survived. The challenge when the High Lord of gratitude and service comes to challenge you signals a time for self-inventory. Ask yourself if your desires are driving you to become more self-serving. Have you forgotten to help others? Are you so focused on arriving at your goal or destination that you've become isolated from the ones who care for you? Do your ambitions relate to making yourself special, apart from others, or better than they are? Have you become competitive, envious, or driven? The High Lord of gratitude and service challenges you to accept a gentle gift in the form of a new perception of wealth and ambition. There's an ancient saying scrawled on an old stone wall. True ambition is not what you believe it to be. No focus on winning a jewel prize, no amount of pomp and circumstance will achieve true prosperity. True ambition is the deep desire to live usefully and walk humbly under the grace of the divine in service to all. You can apply this to relationships. The impulse to have your own way or to control how things will be serves only to push away the ones that you love. It creates an energy block that repels your desired outcome, so it's far out of reach. Let go and let the divine lead you to the highest outcome. In a tiny, still moment of surrender, miracles are born. When you shift your perception into alignment with this High Lord, success will indeed be yours. Maybe one of your obstacles is your need to control. So this is talking about giving up the need to control the situation and replace that with gratitude. Word Lord is talking about communications, praise. Also talks about dishonesty. That's number 43. So that's creating something. 4 and 3 is 7. So it's creating, writing, talking, communications, lies, deceit, mishandling of information, when you bless the world, it blesses you back. When you say affirming, supportive words, they carry an energy that returns to you in physical form. Remember that each word has power and will resonate into the universe, seeking its reflection in manifest form. Your body responds to praise, as does everything else in the world around you. Praise it for inherent health and beauty. Applaud yourself for everything you do. Even the tiniest accomplishments are important. Praise your bills. Give thanks for the services that you enjoy, and watch the ability to pay them increase as you align with Spirit's increasing power. This is also a time to remember the powerful practice of affirmations. Write them down and speak them aloud as a spiritual exercise. Say it is so, and it will be so. This also warns about untruths, denials, and unsupportive thoughts and words in any area of your life. If you've been dishonest in any way, it's time to make amends. Change your tune. Otherwise, your impact in the world will not be as effective as you would like. Even if it were to be successful as an immediate result, there will be a price to pay later. If others are being unsupportive towards you, know that it's them, not you. Don't take this world personally. Remember that you don't have to engage others when they project their own fears and negativity onto you. Another message here is, how do you speak about yourself? Do you say self-deprecating words? Do you minimize yourself so as not to intimidate others? Do you refer to yourself as less than beautiful? Time to change those unconscious statements. It's not difficult to change these things, as we are always given a chance to make new decisions. As long as you remain positive and supportive, the rest will quickly melt away until all you perceive is the highest good for all. All you need is a desire to change and be positive, and the word Lord will help win the game of life. Okay, so this is talking about honest communications. It talks about self-praise, self-affirmations, again, being grateful, writing those things down that you are grateful for, and knowing when you take these steps, this will go towards removing these obstacles to your goal. For the female energy, you can get a card from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and those cards were the Web Weaver, Synchronicity, Divine Intelligence, Cause and Effect. This is the number 4, so this is foundational. Your intuition, your divine intelligence, synchronicity. Excuse me. The next one here was the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, and details. This is a 9. 9 is about transitions, endings, new beginnings, completions, messages from the ancestors, divine messages, attention to details. Okay. Ooh. Hold on, everybody. All right, I'm going to have to edit that back together because I hit the wrong button. I got a little something in my eye there when I put my hands, I guess, at Florida water. And I burned myself for half a second. Okay, so Ringmaster of Scrutiny is discernment, clear vision, and details. Okay. So strength from intelligence and discernment. Let's see what the Web Weaver is talking about. Number 4. The Web Weaver rejoices that your creations are far-reaching and have positive efforts on many. Every action, every thought, every word, and deed is woven into the web of creation. When the Web Weaver appears as your ally, she grants you the way to others of like mind and intention and lets you know that you're not alone in your endeavors. Just when you need to make a connection, like magic, synchronicity occurs. Music reverberates through the web and plays in harmony with your own. This is a sign to trust in the connectivity between events. Magic is afoot for you. If your query is about a relationship, the Web Weaver gives you assurance that meaningful coincidence comes through to give you reason to hope. Potential grows into reality with care and patience. Remember that the web reaches far and wide, and you're only capable of perceiving a small part of it. Trust and pay attention to the patterns you see play out in your life. All things will be revealed through the web. The Web Weaver also warns you to address your behavior in all areas. Where are you being dishonest with yourself and with others? Are you fearful that you'll be left out in the cold and abandoned if you don't relinquish control. Your strand in the web is beautiful and unique, and you don't need to camouflage who you really are in order to manipulate results. I think that's what we were talking about before, right? Competition on the job, doing things to undermine people that that you perceive as a threat, even if the person hasn't done anything to you. You're challenged to stand tall in all your perfect imperfections. See yourself truly and allow the patterns of your life to be woven into the beauty meant for you and you alone. Keep in mind that if you did what you did, you'll get what you got. Keep in mind that if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. The web remembers everything. Do something different this time and watch a miracle. This applies to all your questions at this moment, where everything is connected. So, there's little karma, bigger karma, instant karma, eternal karma. Whatever you give out, you get back. What you reap, you sow, right? Ringmaster of Scrutiny. That's number 9. Ringmaster of Scrutiny is all about details. Look closely and pay attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. It's in these details, not the broad strokes, that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe. This ally is on your side to point to the deeper meaning of what unfolds in your life. And he reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present in this perfect moment, observing the minute things, leads you to manifest your highest good and greatest desire. Grand gestures are for other times. It's the small acts that really count now. When the Ringmaster of Scrutiny appears as your challenge, he warns you to observe your situation with discernment and clarity. It's time to see the flaws in the foundations you and others have built under you. It also seems that you may be getting caught up in the details of your dream, when really it's time to leave them to the divine. Perhaps you're worrying about the past and the futures too much, forgetting that the dream is created in the now time. Often the Ringmaster of Scrutiny also brings a warning to read the fine print and watch for hidden agendas when you're involved with others. Don't worry. Whatever your current challenge is, things will be resolved as soon as you cultivate detachment and trust that the details will be taken care of once you turn them over to the divine. The universe has an uncanny way of self-correcting when you get out of their way. Okay, so pay attention to what you've done. Know that the more negative energy you put out there, the more you're blocking your blessings. All right? That you don't have to be, you can be strong without being wrong. You can be strong without cutting everybody off. And what is an obstacle may really be an opportunity. I think this is the message for you, Gemini, is to be careful and step back and take a second look at the things that are coming, that you are encountering as you wait for your relationship, which should be coming very soon. There are lessons that you will have to still work on, but you can do it. You already know that you're more than capable of it. So, until the next time, I will be speaking to you all, and thank you so much for joining me for your Love Bite. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and to share, and to let me know what you think about these cards in this reading. Also, let me know which of the cards you like. Do you like the Akashic deck? Do you like the Akashic Tarot, the Archangel Power cards, or the Tarot of Sexual Magic, or just whatever. Just tell me what you like, what kind of readings you're into, and then I'll see how I can work it. The more people, so far Akashic is getting a lot of praise, so that may be something that we do again for the general. All right, so thank you so very much. This was your Love Bite. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't tell everybody else because everybody didn't get it. Oracle cards. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Love you much, Gemini. Enjoy the rest of the month. I'll see you in June. I'll see you in May for your June reading, and I'll see you in mid-May for your next Love Bite. Okay, thanks. Bye.